Hey, welcome to Cosmic Comics. Avengers issue 70 opens with Kang taking a dinner break, which he can't enjoy because he's so busy thinking about the upcoming battle. This is such a weird opening splash. Kang decides to join everybody else and whine about the fact that the game is yet to begin. The Grandmaster informs Kang that he has been busy with the creative process by sending data to his home planet, which is made of living computers. He's waiting for them to finish creating his chessmen for Phase 1. This seems somewhat unfair, as it appears that he's making his choices for fighters after Kang has metaphorically already shown his hand. But since we the reader are never informed of the rules of the game, I have to accept that everything is on the up and up. Almost everything. The Grandmaster doesn't want to start the game until he's dispatched Kang's snipers. By knowing about the snipers, I get the vibe that the Grandmaster might be blessed with at least a touch of cosmic awareness. He kills Kang's sniper henchmen by blowing up their gun and expressing disappointment in Kang. The Grandmaster informs Kang that he could not wager the power of life and death if he himself were not immortal, so the attack wouldn't do any good anyway. This move doesn't make much sense if you were Kang. The entire reason he agreed to this contest was to reawaken Ravana. He doesn't have a motive to kill the Grandmaster because he needs him just as much as he needs the Avengers in order to accomplish his goals. This is just bad writing on the part of Roy Thomas. At this moment, Kang and the Grandmaster turn their attention back to the contest at hand and the arrival of Iron Man. The Avengers explain what is happening in 25 words or less when once again Squadron Sinister appears, looming over them and threatening villainy threats. Wizard, for some reason, offers to tell the Avengers their origin story. We're told that the Grandmaster has almost complete control of space and time, so the Grandmaster goes back in time and alters the lives of 4 Earthmen in order to turn them into supervillains. Why? Why would he do that? Why did he have to make them evil? That doesn't make any sense. Squadron Sinister disappears, and they are replaced by visages of 4 easily recognizable Earth monuments. Tony Stark takes off towards the Taj Mahal, and Thor uses Mjolnir to transport himself and the other 2 heroes to the remaining landmarks. The first of 4 battles opens with Captain America versus Nighthawk at the Statue of Liberty. Captain America is caught surprisingly fast and easy. In fact, Nighthawk has Captain America completely knocked out before Captain America ever sees him. You can tell that the Grandmaster created villains because instead of finishing the job, Nighthawk chooses to grandstand instead. Captain America isn't even tied up. His shield is left right beside him. Why did Nighthawk go through the trouble of bringing Captain America his shield? Does Nighthawk even care about winning this game? Does Roy Thomas even give 2 shits about writing a believable story? And after this, things go off the rails. After that, things go off the rails. Nighthawk has turned his jet into a makeshift claw machine and absconded the Statue of Liberty. Yeah, he just stole the Statue of Liberty with a plane. He then threatens to blow up the statue while still carrying it. Why would you want to transport a statue that you're going to blow up? My brain is melting from the sheer stupidity of it. Captain America destroys the detonator with his shield, and Nighthawk disappears down an open hatch. For some reason, Nighthawk is still more focused on destroying the statue than winning the game. If he had explosives to blow up the statue in the first place, why did he ever even move it? This just doesn't make sense. Captain America charges in with a punch to the face, and Nighthawk gives him the best retort I've ever seen. And with that, Nighthawk tosses a small explosive device at Captain America, who very predictably blocks it with his shield. The shield turns most of the blast away from Cap and back onto Nighthawk, ending the first battle. The next melee is between Iron Man and Dr. Spectrum. One thing I really like about the evil version of Dr. Spectrum is that his version of the Power Prism is sentient and speaks to him. Iron Man takes the first hit, and on the next page we learn that it was the Grandmaster who created the Power Prism for this Dr. Spectrum. I'm shocked that this isn't a violation of the rules, and we'll return to this moment later in the story. Another blow brings Iron Man down. As Dr. Spectrum prepares to finish Iron Man off, the man in the suit reaches for his breastplate and blasts Dr. Spectrum with a shot of ultraviolet light, which seemingly takes down both Dr. Spectrum and the power prism because it was a color above the power of the prism spectrum. What the fuck? This doesn't make any bit of sense. I can't buy this. The sun is casting down a constant barrage of ultraviolet light. If that's all it took, then Dr. Spectrum never would have made it to the playing field. Also, if he was hit by ultraviolet light, then how did he see the light coming out of Iron Man's chest plate, since ultraviolet light is outside of humans' visible spectrum of light? Moving on. Thor has arrived to do battle at the Great Pyramids, where he must fight against Hyperion. This is Hyperion's first appearance, so it had yet to be established how powerful he really was. From what we know now, Thor can expect an ass whooping. We then get this super bizarre explanation as to the origins of Hyperion. He lived on a world that was an atom. The very same atom that was the first atom to be split by a man-made cyclotron. Afterwards, he drifted in the void until he was awakened and enlarged by the Grandmaster. Again? Really? Again? How many stupid bricks are we gonna throw off the stupid train today? He couldn't have been living on a planet that was the size of an atom. It just didn't happen. I'm leaving it there. Hyperion takes on the full force of Thor's hammer and watches it bounce off his chest. Thor talks smack, Hyperion punches Thor and tries to take him out with his atomic vision, which Thor blocks with his hammer. Hyperion allows Thor one more toss of the hammer before moving in to finish him off. Majoran encircles Hyperion and spins around him until it leaves Hyperion left inside a bubble of glazed sand. Somehow, this counts as a victory for Thor. He didn't finish Hyperion off, he merely incapacitated him. If that was the rule to win, then why shouldn't Nighthawk have beaten Captain America once he knocked him out? I'm not really asking. Yes, by those rules, Captain America lost. The final battle takes place near Big Ben. The scene opens now with Goliath arguing with the Black Knight. Goliath wants the Black Knight to get lost, while the Black Knight correctly insists that Goliath is not within his jurisdiction. The Wizard appears on Big Ben and informs us that he is named after an old comic book hero. This refers to Robert Frank, who has a very long history within the Marvel Comics universe dating back to the 1940s. The Wizard leads the attack, surrounding Goliath at cyclone speed. With his movements, the Wizard creates a tornado around Goliath. The Wizard thinks he's won the battle, but then the Black Knight strikes him from behind with the flat of his blade. With cheap shots like that, it's no wonder he's called the Black Knight. Goliath attempts to stop the Black Knight by snatching away his sword, but the damage is already done. Goliath and Wizard begin to fade away. The Grandmaster is pissed at the Black Knight and calls him out for interfering with the game, but the Black Knight is all like, I don't know what you're talking about, I just wanted to save a life. The Grandmaster in turn is all like, I don't care what you want, your dumb ass should have listened to Goliath because now you might have personally doomed the entire planet. But first, he lets us know that the game isn't over. There is a phase 2. With everybody gone, the Black Knight notices that Goliath took his blade with him when he was pulled back to the future. The Black Knight swears to track it down. Boring. End of comic. Next issue, please. I have to stop and complain about one other aspect of this that bugs the shit out of me with this ending. The Grandmaster allowed 2 sentient beings to face off against Iron Man, while only claiming one of them as a competitor. So here's the deal. If getting taken out by the Black Knight potentially messed things up for Kang, would the same rule have been applied if Dr. Spectrum's winning blow was thrown by the Power Crystal? I don't know, but it all seems kind of fishy, and I'm not certain that Roy Thomas put a lot of thought into this story. Digressing. How did the Avengers get themselves out of this mess? Will the Black Knight make right his terrible wrong? I'll finish this story up in the next episode. I always appreciate it when anybody hits those buttons below. I'm out.